6:42. Welcome back, everybody. So President Biden's exit is now raising many questions as all eyes are now on the Democratic Party. So this decision now marks the first time a sitting president has ever dropped out of the race along this far in the race, that is. So we're now 105 days until Election Day. And in order to have a better picture of what's going to happen in the upcoming weeks, we're taking a look back at history. Joining us live this morning to take a look back is presidential historian and senior fellow at New America, Alexis Coe. Thanks for joining us, Alexis.
Thank you for having me.
So Biden is the first sitting president to drop out of the race since, 1968, when Lyndon B. Johnson made his exit. Johnson's VP, Hubert Humphrey, was his replacement. Well, he lost. Can lessons be learned from that, or is Harris's campaign a whole different ballgame?
The lesson we can learn from that is the lesson that many presidents have learned in the past, including Gerald Ford when he was primaried by Ronald Reagan, meaning that there was someone within the party challenging him quite actively and criticizing him throughout the campaign. And that always hurts a candidate. However, it's really anyone's game right now. There was a little bit of a difference. The vote was split between Humphrey and Wallace, and they were running on really different platforms. Humphrey was backing a civil rights platform that had been put forth by LBJ, so sort of running on the incumbent legacy. And we have Wallace doing quite the opposite.
Okay, so walk us through the vice president's track record. You know, from the onset, it appears reproductive rights could be a strong point for her, but border security could be polarizing.
It's true. We do understand, though, that she will be continuing many of Biden's administrative goals for the next 4 years. And so I think we'll see a lot of that. I'll be interested because she hasn't spoken to this issue at all. I also think that gun violence prevention might play a role. This is purely speculative, again, at this point. But she is in charge of the first ever office established by President Biden for the prevention of gun violence. And of course, President Trump was recently targeted in an assassination attempt. And so I'll be interested to see what happens there.
Oh, yeah, that is a good point. So while both former President Johnson and President Biden made similar historic decisions, their legacies are vastly different, as we know. But could this move possibly lessen the blowback, the historical blowback, should Biden do an about-face and pardon his son Hunter?
Well, that's a really interesting question, one I hadn't thought about, because we have not seen President Biden really get involved in his family's business. He did not intervene when the Justice Department went after Hunter Biden. We saw with Donald J. Trump that he had family members around all the time. Hunter comes to family events, but he's not an advisor of any kind. And we also saw that Trump had pardoned his Ivanka's father-in-law. So there is a precedent set by President Trump, but I'm not sure that we'll see that from Biden. It's not really his style, but in the days to come, anything is possible. We've learned that in 2024.
Not only that, but he's not running anymore. So that kind of takes some of, the pressure off any decisions that he makes there. Alexis Coe, New York Times best-selling historian. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.